Welcome again to my channel. Today we are going to continue the reading of the Holy Bible from the King James Version. And today's lesson comes to us from Exodus chapter 15. Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto the Lord, and spake, saying, I will sing unto the Lord, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. Now this was the song that the children of Israel were singing after the Red Sea had come back together and drowned all of Pharaoh's men who were pursuing them. So they started singing a song that said, the horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. The Lord is my strength and song, and he is become my salvation. He is my God, and I will prepare him an habitation, my father's God, and I will exalt him. The Lord is a man of war, the Lord is his name. Pharaoh's chariots and his host hath he cast into the sea. His chosen captains also are drowned in the Red Sea. The depths have covered them. They sank into the bottom as a stone. Thy right hand, O Lord, is become glorious in power. Thy right hand, O Lord, hath dashed in pieces the enemy. And in the greatness of thine excellency, thou hast overthrown them that rose up against thee. Thou sentest forth thy wrath, which consumed them as stubble. And with the blast of thy nostrils the waters were gathered together, and floods stood upright as an heap, and the depths were congealed in the heart of the sea. Now you see, the Israelites are rejoicing because they see that their God has delivered them from the hands of Pharaoh. Finally, they have been delivered. So guys, I tell you, sometimes it doesn't matter what the tribulation is, how long it lasts. My mom always say everything must come to an end. No matter what you see going on, it must come to an end. And after all those years of slavery and captivity for the Israelites in Egypt, finally they were freed. And even after they were freed, Pharaoh still sent his men after them. And God said, enough is enough. Enough is enough. I will not allow you to destroy my people anymore. And if you pursue them anymore, I am going to show you who is God. Have you ever seen something happen? Something is happening to you that's, something that you just cannot understand. Something that you wish never was to happen, not even to your worst enemy. But you are experiencing it, and you are crying to God day, and you're crying to him night, and you're wondering, is he really hearing me? Yes, he's hearing you. But guess what? God acts at his own time, not at our time. Because just like the Israelites, if it was left up to them, they would have run away from Egypt long time ago. But the timing was God's timing, and it was perfect timing. They had gathered masses. There were lots and lots of them. There were 600,000 of them. So there was strength in numbers. So there was a lot of them to support each other. And as they were going across the Red Sea, Pharaoh thought, oh, I got one thing up my sleeves left for them. They are not going to get away. And he sent his men on chariots to pursue them. And as they went across the Red Sea, what the Lord did, he closed it. He allowed the sea that was parted for them to cross to come back together and drown the enemy, which was Pharaoh's men, and drowned every last one of them, every horse and every man. So guys, do not give up. Do not give up when it seems like all hope is gone. Just remember that God has your back. He has your back, and He will not make you stumble, and He will not make you fail. He will deliver you no matter what. Just wait. Just be patient with Him. Just be understanding. Just know that He is not in a rush. He's not a rushy God, but He's a sure God. Let us continue with verse 9. The enemy said, I will pursue, I will overtake, I will divide the spoil. My lust shall be satisfied upon them. I will draw my sword, my hand shall destroy them. Thou didst blow with thy wind, the sea covered them. They sank as lead in the mighty waters. Who is like unto thee, O Lord, among the gods? Who is like thee, glorious in holiness, fearful in praises, doing wonders? Who is like thee? Thou stretchest out thy right hand, the earth swallowed them. Thou in thy mercy hast led forth the people which thou hast redeemed. Thou hast guided them in thy strength unto thy holy habitation. The Father shall hear, rather the people shall hear and be afraid. Sorrow shall take hold on the inhabitants of Palestina. Then the dukes of Edom shall be amazed. The mighty men of Moab, trembling, shall take hold upon them. All the inhabitants of Canaan shall melt away. Fear and dread shall fall upon them. By the greatness of thine arm they shall be as still as a stone, till thy people pass over. O Lord, till the people pass over, which thou hast purchased. Thou shalt bring them in, and plant them in the mountain of thine inhabitants, in the place, O Lord, which thou hast made for thee to dwell in the sanctuary, O Lord, which thy hands have established. The Lord shall reign forever and ever. For the horse of Pharaoh went in with his chariots and with his horsemen into the sea. And the Lord brought again the waters of the sea upon them. But the children of Israel went on dry land in the midst of the sea. That's the same way, my friends. The Lord will make sure that you walk on dry land in the middle of your storm. The Lord will make sure that the flames don't touch you in the middle of the fire. The Lord will make sure that you stand still in the raging storm. Your feet shall be planted firmly on the ground. Let's continue again, my friends. And Miriam the prophetess, the sister of Aaron, took a timbrel in her hand, and all the women went out after her with timbrels and with dances. Here now, guys, they are celebrating their victory. Yes, you have to celebrate. Celebrate all your victories. No matter how small you might think your victories are, celebrate your victories, because someone behind the scenes was working really hard to ensure you got that victory. So celebrate. And Miriam answered them, Sing ye to the Lord, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. So Moses brought Israel from the Red Sea, and they went out into the wilderness of Shur. And they went 3 days in the wilderness, and found no water. And when they came to Marah, they could not drink of the waters of Marah, for they were bitter. Therefore the name of it was called Marah. And the people murmured against Moses, saying, What shall we drink? And he cried unto the Lord, and the Lord shewed him a tree, which when he had cast into the waters were made sweet. There he made for them a statute and an ordinance, and there he proved them, and said, If thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, and wilt do that which is right in his sight, and will give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians, for I am the Lord that healeth thee. Verse 27. And they came to Elim, where were 12 wells of water, and 70 palm trees, and they encamped there by the waters. Here endeth the reading of Exodus chapter 15. And we are going to continue to Exodus chapter 16, which is the continuation of this part of the story. And they took their journey from Elim, and all the congregation of the children of Israel came unto the wilderness of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, on the 15th day of the 2nd month after their departing out of the land of Egypt. And the whole congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and Aaron in the wilderness. And the children of Israel said unto them, Would to God we had died by the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the flesh pots, and when we did eat bread to the full, for he hath brought us forth into this wilderness to kill this whole assembly with hunger. Now the guys, you see, the children of Israel were murmuring with Moses and Aaron. They were murmuring against the same God who had brought them out of the bondage in Egypt. And you hear what they say? It would have been better if they were still sitting in Egypt under the bondage, because their stomachs would have been full. Some of us cannot see beyond our stomach. Some of us cannot, we will get caught. Anybody will catch us with our belly. They cannot see the bigger picture. They cannot see further than their noses. Guys, we have to learn to look beyond our nose. We cannot just see what is right here. We have to think of the future. We have to look ahead. The Israelites at this point were not looking ahead. They were just worried about the now. Right now, we don't have anything to eat. So Moses and Aaron is going to catch hell because we need food. And if we were in Egypt, we would still have food even though we would be still in bondage. They cannot even see the freedom, the liberty that they have. And so it is a lot of times when we get out of situations that were not good for us, we keep looking back. We stumble over a little stone, and instead of picking up ourselves and moving forward and counting our blessings, we start looking back and said, you know, when I was back there, I didn't see this stone. I didn't have this kind of stone to stumble over. I didn't have these kinds of challenges. It would have been better if I was back there. When you don't even see the bigger picture that God has brought you out of a situation that could have taken your life. So guys, we have to start looking at the bigger picture. And as my mom always says, it's gratitude before attitude. Because if you are grateful for what you have, for what you are given, then you will have no time to be showing an attitude and getting mad and getting angry over what you may have had or could have had or had before that wasn't suiting you. Let us continue. Then said the Lord unto Moses, Behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain rate every day, that I may prove them whether they will walk in my law or no. And it shall come to pass that on the 6th day they shall prepare that which they bring in, and it shall be twice as much as they gather daily. And Moses and Aaron said unto all the children of Israel, At even, then ye shall know that the Lord hath brought you out from the land of Egypt. And in the morning, then ye shall see the glory of the Lord, for that he heareth your murmurings against the Lord. And what are we, that he murmur against us? So Moses is telling them, what are we? Aaron and I are nothing, because we couldn't bring you out of Egypt. You are not murmuring against us. You are murmuring against the Lord your God, who brought you out of bondage. And Moses said, This shall be when the Lord shall give you in the evening flesh to eat, and in the morning bread to the full, for that the Lord heareth your murmurings which he murmur against him. And what are we? Your murmurings are not against us, but against the Lord. And Moses spake unto Aaron, Say unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, Come near before the Lord, for he hath heard your murmurings. And it came to pass, as Aaron spake unto the whole congregation of the children of Israel, that they looked towards the wilderness, and behold, the glory of the Lord appeared in the cloud. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel. Speak unto them, saying, At even he shall eat flesh, and in the morning he shall be filled with bread, and he shall know that I am the Lord your God. And it came to pass that at even the quails came up and covered the camp, and in the morning the dew lay round about the host. And when the dew that lay was gone up, behold, upon the face of the wilderness there lay a small round thing, as small as the hoarfrost on the ground. And when the children of Israel saw it, they said one to another, It is manna, for they wist not what it was. And Moses said unto them, This is the bread which the Lord hath given you to eat. This is the thing which the Lord hath commanded. Gather of it every man according to his eating, an omer for every man, according to the number of your persons. Take ye every man for them which are in his tents. And the children of Israel did so, and gathered, some more, some less. And when they did meet it with an omer, he that gathered much had nothing over, and he that gathered little had no lack. They gathered every man according to his eating. And Moses said, Let no man leave of it till the morning. So you see, guys, the manna that God was having fall from heaven to feed the Israelites, the instructions was that everybody was supposed to take as much as they could eat, and they should not have anything left over for the morning. Let us continue with verse 16, chapter 16 and verse 20. Notwithstanding they hearkened not unto Moses, but some of them left it until the morning, and it bred worms and stank, and Moses was wroth with them. And they gathered it every morning, every man according to his eating. And when the sun waxed hot, it melted. And it came to pass that on the 6th day they gathered twice as much bread, 2 omers for one man. And all the rulers of the congregation came and told Moses. Yes, on the 6th day they were instructed to gather twice as much. because the next day is going to be Sabbath, and there shall no manna be falling on the Sabbath. And he said unto them, This is that which the Lord hath said, Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord. Bake that which he will bake today, and seethe that he will seethe, and that which remaineth overlay up for you to be kept until the morning. And they laid it up till the morning, as Moses bade, and it did not stink, neither was there any worms therein. Okay, guys, so the manna that the children of Israel were given on Friday, they took 2 portions because they had to leave it up for Sabbath, because Sabbath no manna was going to be falling. And that was the only time that the manna did not bear worms and it did not stink. But when they gathered it any other day of the week and left it over for the next day, it stank and worms were in it. Let us continue. Verse 25. And Moses said, Eat that today, for today is a Sabbath unto the Lord. Today he shall not find it in the field. 6 days he shall gather it, but on the 7th day, which is the Sabbath, in it there shall be none. And it came to pass that there went out some of the people on the 7th day to gather, and they found none. And the Lord said unto Moses, How long refuse ye to keep my commandments and my laws? See, for that the Lord hath given you the Sabbath. Therefore he giveth you on the 6th day the bread of 2 days. Abide ye every man in his place. Let no man go out of his place on the 7th day. So the people rested on the 7th day. And the house of Israel called the name thereof manna, and it was like coriander seed, white, and the taste of it was like wafers made with honey. And Moses said, This is the thing which the Lord commanded. Fill an omer of it to be kept for your generations, that they may see the bread, wherewith I have fed you in the wilderness, when I brought you forth from the land of Egypt. And Moses said unto Aaron, Take a pot, and put an omer full of manna therein, and lay it up before the Lord, to be kept for your generations. As the Lord commanded Moses, so Aaron laid it up before the testimony to be kept. And the children of Israel did eat manna 40 years. How long? 40 years. Sometimes it takes us a very long time in the struggle. But believe me, guys, when we come out of the struggle, we have so much to give God thanks for. Until they came out to a land inhabited, they did eat manna. So for 40 years in the wilderness, they were eating manna, until they came unto the borders of the land of Canaan. Verse 36. Now an omer is the 10th part of an ephah. An omer is the 10th part of an ephah. Here endeth the reading of Exodus chapter 16. And I hope we have all gotten the message, guys, that no matter what trials, what tribulations, what you are going through, God is always watching. He's always protecting you. Be grateful. Be thankful. Do not get an attitude because things may not go right one time. Give thanks for all the things that have gone right. Do not be angry. Do not murmur at the little hiccups in your journey, because that's what they are, little hiccups on your journey. In the bigger picture, your journey is beautiful. In the bigger picture, your journey is delightful. In the bigger picture, your journey will lead you to the most beautiful destination if only you trust Him. Thanks again, guys, for listening. This is Trev from Trevessence. Until next time, when we continue the reading of the Holy Bible, this is Trev from Trevessence reminding you to always take good care of yourselves and each other.